digitizing things.
Yes.
So cookbooks, they're great, but do you have cookbooks?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. But how many recipes do you really like? People will be like, well, my mom's favorite line is, I'm going to get to that one day. And I'm like, and it blew my mind going through her house and resetting her house to get it ready to be sold.
Yes.
The shit that I begged her for decades to get rid of. And then we're like, the movers are coming in. It's like last minute. And she's like, toss it, done. And I'm like, oh, wait, I begged you for years and decades. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, let's toss it. I'm like, why? You know what I mean? And they staged the house again and it looked like a different place. It was just, it was big. Yeah. It was beautiful and the house isn't big. You know what I mean? But it looked great. But I would say try to digitize like your kids' art, things like that.
I believe in that.
Even in your cookbooks, like take photos of your favorite recipes. You know what I mean? And so, or make like a little book of it. But why do you need these huge cookbooks of things that you may never make it and you can look it online?
Yeah, okay.
Unless it means a lot to you. Unless it's something.
No. Cookbooks is actually a good example because because I'm a reader. I love books.
Right.
And I do digitize now. Now my books, most of them that I get that I'll read are Kindle.
Okay.
Although now I'm buying actual books for the baby because obviously, they need to learn how to handle and turn. I don't believe in digital books for baby yet. You know what I mean?
Me too. 1,000%.
So there is kind of like a weird, well, if it's this, then don't do that. But if it's this, then you can digitize. But if it's this, you can, like art books, my mom, and I love beautiful art books and all that kind of stuff, the coffee table things that are all, but that's clutter that can be considered, and that can become a lot. And, like with my mom, she has a lot of that stuff. She used to love antiques, just tchotchke. But but nice tchotchke. Right. So you're just like,
how do you justify that?
So, do you know how much? Do you know where I got that?
Right.
And you're like, God damn it. so it's about that, right? The one thing I remember with Marie Kondo when we did that, because for those of you that don't know her philosophy is, you should be able to sit in your house and look at every corner of your house and see beauty and feel relaxation and have ease. And she breaks it down per like category. Clothes. Yep. Shoes. You can get small
kitchen
on
stuff,
it.
drawers,
kitchen.
like all
socks.
Exactly. She even teaches how to do socks correctly, fold shirts correctly.
Accessories. And the way there's a system to doing that. Like for clothes, take every single piece of clothing, even the stuff in the attic or whatever, and drop it all in one big huge pile in an open space. I did that. My clothes, right? I mean, from winter clothing to, like summer, all the bathing suits, all the snow jackets, the ski, like all that, just all in one, because your closet should be able to handle all of your clothes, all seasons. You're not putting away and taking down and rotating and all that kind of stuff. She doesn't think it should all be in one closet. So go through it and pick up every single, this is where everybody made fun of stuff. You pick up one piece of clothing and be like, does this bring me joy?
Yeah, spark and joy.
Yeah. And I did it.
It works. Did it work for you?
And it worked.
It works.
I was really shocked because actually I was looking at stuff going like, no.
Yeah.
All those designer clothes that you were like, do you know I got this at a deal at Ross's, blah, 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 blah. And I remember my friend go, yeah, but if it wasn't that, would you keep it and wear it?
Good point.
And I said, no. Gone.
Yeah.
Like give the joy to somebody else. And then as you go through, and it'll take time. It's not over a weekend. It's months.
Right.
You know? And she says that. She was like, this will take 6, 7, 8 months, however long it takes you to go through your piles.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Know that when you walk in, because when I walk in with people, they get really nervous that I'm going to make them get rid of everything. Yeah. So I just say, hey, let's break you in. Let's put a clock on for 30 minutes. Yeah. 45 the most. Yeah. Do what you do. Because it's a very personal, intimate thing. For right. Sure. And so I just say, let's do the clock. Then there's a lot of fighting and arguing, but I try not to. But I'm like, you wanted this. I'm not coming in and rampaging your home. But in the beginning, instead of them putting in the big pile, baby steps, I'll have them put all the hangers one way, and then every time they wear a piece of clothing, they'll turn the hanger upside down. Yeah, so that you get to see what you wore. Yeah, and then I'll come back a few months later, whenever we touch base, and then I'll be like, you haven't touched that. When was the last time you wore it? They're like, years, and I'm like, can you release it? And then they're more, if they can visualize it,
sure,
they can understand and justify it more.
No, that's a good trick right there. I mean, in so many ways too. How many friends do you have? Especially my mom and her friends are like, I mean, I'll go through certain closets because they're fabulous, right? And so they have fabulous clothes, vintage stuff that they've had since like the 70s.
That's cool.
And you know, and that's great. I love going through that and being like, can I have that? Because it fits me.
Will they give it to you?
Well, sometimes if they are able to let it go.
Right.
Because I'm like,
do they fit into it anymore?
No, but they will one day again.
Got it.
Right?
I know that well.
I just need to lose my 30 pounds that they've had for.
They've been saying that for 20 years.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, but I'll fit it one day. It's mine. And I'm like, all right, cool. Got it.
Look great on me. I don't know if you look good in a mini skirt at 70, but that's a choice. That's cool. Yeah, you can still do that.
So it's all that negotiation. How do you deal with that?